Yeah, love her. I had a thought. I have a lot of thoughts, but I wanted to share this. This came in last night, and I feel like I've been on the thread of this thought for a while, and it just kind of made a bit of headway. So this is what I wrote down. What if God, the universe, source energy, sorry, I'm reading, I'm just looking down at my book, needed us more than we needed it, even though in saying that we are the universe. But from what I've written, if I said if we are all emotions or all separate personalities of the universe's psyche, all of us together, and that's not only on Earth but all planets. So we are all part of the universe's psyche. And what else did I have here? So what if the universe was suffering, and that is coming out in parts of the universe's psyche, which is us? Not every single part, because obviously if all of us were suffering in darkness and in depression and in anger and fear, then our world, all worlds, would be in a much worse state. So I'm also looking at our history. I'm like, who is he? Who is the he? Whose story our history is based on? Anyway, that's a segue. I won't go down now unless it really needs to. Maybe it does. So we're all a part of the mass psyche of the universe, not just on Earth, but all the other galaxies, universes, the expanse. And not only just on war, we could use that as a micro version of the fact that perhaps the universe is not balanced within its mass psyche. But I'm also under the understanding that out in the universe there has been other warring, there has been disruption, there has been destruction, there has been trauma and pain and suffering. And we are in a healing of that. But I feel perhaps instead of, do I need to just have another look here? So, okay, if we look at the whole collective, all of us, everywhere, as one person with certain personality traits or personality disorders, or multiple personality disorder with certain traits that don't serve this one person. Okay, just for the moment, let's pretend the universe is one person who needs help. How would we help that person to heal? So the universe has trauma wounds that need healing through us, and it seems to be the time to heal all of us, all of the universe. So how do we heal the universe's psyche? So what would you do? I mean, I'm wondering if you were a psychologist or psychiatrist, if you had someone enter your office with multiple personality disorder. And we've made cartoons about this, haven't we? What was there one which was inside a girl's head and all the different emotions, and then she turned to a teenager and this new emotion turned up? And I feel like there's something in this, because another train of thought I've been going on is that I'm so professional, is Oh my goodness, that just left my head like that. Okay, so the mass psyche of... Okay. So the universe needs our help. There's parts of the universe that are in trauma and wounded and have been for a long time. And I think it's because of the separation of self, of not seeing each other as part of the whole is part of the problem. I'm just wrapping my head around this as we speak. I haven't really... Oh, here's another animation for when I hover over the preview bar. I haven't really... It's still processing, but there's other parts that have come previously, like prequels, where... Oh my goodness, it just went again. Okay, so let me get back to, we are all the universe as a whole, and the universe's psyche has trauma. Okay, this is what I'm trying to say, but it's like this block keeps coming up. That it just did it again. Oh God, I must be onto something. Okay, if we see, and I always sort of go about this balance, okay, there's the light for some reason on this side, the dark for some reason on that side, and if we just look at our darkness, because this is all one, even though this is over here, this is over there, if we just look at our darkness and condemn it and want to cast it out, go, oh, we don't want you, we don't like you. We can't do that because we are all the one energy. There's no casting out of the darkness. We cannot just ban it and say be gone, because we are all the one universal psyche. And we've been fighting our darkness, the dark side, for so long, we've forgotten that it's a part of us. And we need to come from the angle of the universe as a whole, because in knowing that there is no separation, there is no casting out of what we don't want. There's only reaching out our hand and saying, we're here to help you, we're here to heal you. And I think if we start grasping that side of things, and we start leaning into our dark, and instead of condemning and punishing and trying to cast out, which can't be done, we need to put out that hand, both hands even, and bring the dark side of us into balance, into the light. It doesn't mean we're going to bring it all the way over here. This part here, we're meant to center ourselves, balance ourselves in the middle. Okay, is that making sense? I think that's making sense. So where we are now, if we can shift our perspective en masse, and instead of looking at each other or looking at other parts of us and pouring more hate into it, because as we pour more hate into what's down here on the dark side, okay, dark side, very heavy, dense, light side, light, going up here, so it can be so easy for any of us to, if we're out of balance, to slide down. And there has been many people have slid down into the dark, but we need to bring it into the light. So how do we do that? I think firstly, and maybe even lastly, because everything is energy, and as I've had coming in for a while now, everything is choice and belief systems. So it's mind over matter, energy first, physical later. So it's an inner shift, because everything is from the inside out. We create our reality from within and project it out. And then often we get stuck in our loops because we see what we've projected, we see what we've created, and then we bring it back in and we project it back out. But we've been stuck in a cycle of hate and separation. And now if we can start to understand where we're at and realize that if we just keep hating the hate and hating the fear and hating the darkness, it's just an endless cycle that actually has been endless, and it's gone on for quite a long time from what I'm gathering. Quite a bloody long time. So let's stop the world for a moment like nothing else matters, and let's work this out together as one big self, one big family of self, because we're all part of that. And even though we might want to point our fingers and go, you did this, you're bad, no, let's help the badness, let's help the darkness to come back into balance with ourselves, with our whole. I am still processing, but I would love to know what you think. Does that make sense? Because it makes sense to me. And now that I'm seeing that, I feel very hopeful. I feel very, very, well, I always feel hopeful. I swear, Mum and Dad should have made hope my middle name. So, I feel very hopeful. I feel like this is something we got this. We can do this. And like I've said before, we don't have to go out and fight and battle and protest and draw up big placard boards or whatever. We don't have to put up walls and boundaries to protect ourselves from ourselves. We need to make a choice and come through love, kindness and compassion. And it doesn't mean, to a certain extent, if the dark side, if at first, because if you're in the dark side, you will be in fear, because there's only fear or love. So let's be mindful that as we reach our hand out, it may get bitten. It might get bitten at first, because the dark side, the fear psyche, is used to being hated. It's used to being seen as an enemy. So we need to be very delicate in how we do this. And I'm not I kind of do know exactly how to do it because it's an inward thing. It is like, it is in our prayers, it's in our intentions, it's in our thoughts and our words and our actions that we will create this bridge, or this, not a bridge, because it's more like a people chain holding on. Remember, I don't know if you listened to another video where I talked about how the ants create a chain with their bodies to get over things, to get over big gaps and crevices and abysses, to get to the other side where they need to go all together. So if we could do that together and link up, put our hands out, be aware that it might get bitten to start with, and also be aware that out of fear, the dark side of our psyche may want to just pull us on in. I think we're beyond that point now. I think so many of us, through our trials and tribulations, have become super strong, super grounded, super firm in our boundaries of who we are and what we want. So that probably couldn't happen. I'm pretty sure, and I'll put the intention out there, that cannot happen. I do understand the pattern and habitual cycle, so the dark side will be afraid of that hand reaching out and want to lash out, because it might think it's a trick trap. So we need to be mindful of that, but stay firm. But I'm wondering, do you want to do it? Let's do it. Can we? come together and heal the mass psyche of our beloved universal psyche that we're all a part of. It is a matter of choice. You could say yes in your head, in your mind right now, and already you're there. Don't be afraid and think, oh my goodness, I have to do something. Well, you do, but it's more being than doing. Don't be afraid. We got this. So would you take my hand, and for the greater good of all, for the greater good of every single little fragment part of us, which is the universe. We are all part of the universe. It is all that is. The great one, the great I am, that we all are. Take my hand. Are you in this with me? Because I'm going to do it anyway. And I believe this is the time. I believe this is what we've been waiting for. But I also believe we are the ones we've been waiting for. And we've got this. We can do this together. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share. Just a little thing. Let me know what you think. And are you taking my hand? Are we going to do this together? Because it can be done, and we have to come through love. We have to stay in our higher love light energy. We have to laugh a lot, have a lot of fun. Make sure we ground a lot, look after ourselves, because when we're doing that, we'll be strong, we'll be firm, and we will do this. Okay, on that note, I'm going to go about my day, and I am in every moment, holy guacamole, in every moment of every day. Not a moment goes past that I'm not doing this, that I'm not learning, that I'm not clearing, that I'm not intending, that I'm not coming from consciousness. And I know it's a pull, and I know you're probably feeling it too. There's a lot of people out there being called into their time right now, because it's all of our time. Let's do it with ease and grace and wonder and magic and love in our hearts and kindness and compassion. Okay. I think I'm done. Alright, I'm done. Alright, much love to all, wherever you are around the world. Have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, and I will pop back in tomorrow's.